You know, it's been a long time since I made a meal for YouTube, and I figured, you know, why not today? What better day than today, right? I have an idea, something I thought I'd try, put a few different things together and make something neat out of it. I want to make sure I have enough oil. Oh yeah, plenty, that's just right. What about what I'm saying? I'm making a single serving of like a hollandaise sauce there, my own kind of creation sauce. And I want a half of a medium onion to put in there. Alright, and I've got some chopped bell pepper, about the equal amount of the onion, to put in there in just a moment. But I want to let these cook a bit to get them all separated and start to get clear, you know. And in the oven I have some breaded chicken breasts, which are going to be in with this meal. They've been cooking and they'll be done in about 4 minutes. That's going to be prior to this being done, but close enough, I guess, to make everything work. In here I have some rice, which I'm going to let that cook a little bit there. It's just microwavable cooking rice. Try to keep labels and stuff out of this. But anyway, okay, got my onions cooking there. They're getting brown just a little bit. I've got this, by the way, on really high heat right now, but I am turning it down to medium. Throw these peppers in there. These are just regular green bell pepper. Put in there, and I want to put a shake of salt over that now, because I'm putting fresh vegetable in there. Kind of retains the flavor of the peppers as they cook a little bit, and I don't want to let them cook quite as much as the onions did. I just want to let them start to cook a little bit. Okay. And while that heat's coming down, this is the dish that I will prepare everything into as it comes ready. Now, what I want to do now is that's been cooking a little bit. I've got pre-measured one extra heaping tablespoon of just regular white all-purpose flour, and my own seasons that I put in there. You can season yours any way you like. I like a lot of hot stuff, so that's pretty much what I put in mine. Lots of garlic and pepper and all kinds of stuff. Okay, I'm going to mix that right in there. It's good that the rice is finished, because that will be the first thing to go into our plate. Okay, I'll just put it all in there. Alright, smooth that a little bit. Now I gotta get to this before. Key thing, don't want to let that flour get too clumpy, lumpy. You know what I mean? Gotta keep it moving a little bit. It's good, it's good. See, now if I was making this for a bunch of people, I'd be using a big pan like that to make this sauce in. And I'm just making enough for me here, you know. So, which is unfortunate. I really wish that I had someone to cook for. I mean, I got my cats, but we don't eat the same stuff, they and I. So, anyway, now that I've got that all well mixed and starting to brown, I don't want it to brown, I just want it to start to brown. Put the milk in there, 1 cup. I use whole milk, because I believe that's the way it was intended to be used. Comes out of the cow that way, right? Actually, now you can't even get it straight from the cow like that anymore. I mean, you can if you go to a farm, I guess. What I need is my whisk. Where is it? My whisk is not in there. Oh. It's because it's up on the top. And we'll just keep this moving. Now I'm going to turn this heat back up again. I got 1 minute on those chicken, which is perfect. Actually, they are done. I'm going to stir that just a little bit. Now I've turned the heat up on this sauce. I want it to start thickening. I want it to get actually started to thicken pretty good. Then I got to do some other things to it. I'm going to take this and set it aside because I got my chicken. It's coming up here now. It's just nice breaded chicken breasts. I'll just leave those there for a moment while I take care of the sauce. Oh yeah, things are looking good, starting to thicken up. I want to get that thickening well, and then I've got a couple other things to put in there. Alright, that's good. Now I'm going to turn that heat down, get it off, let it cool down a bit. I want to keep that moving, especially once it starts to thicken. Man, you don't want that to sit. You're going to have not what you want as a finished product. So it's fortunate it doesn't take long to make. This is Philadelphia cream cheese. Gonna just put that right in there. Make a good mess of myself doing it. It's like my grandma said, the messier it is, the better it tastes. So, and I put 1/4 of a stick in there for a single serving. Okay, then I got some other things to put in there. A couple pieces of American cheese, yellow American cheese. Put that in there. 2 pieces. Two breasts, 2 pieces of cheese. That in there. Now, that's all in there. I have one ingredient left. That is my sour cream. 1 big old heaping tablespoon of sour cream goes in there. Then we can go back to mixing. Now it's got to melt all of that cheese. So I had turned the heat off to let it cool down fast, but now I'm bringing it back up to a low medium heat just to keep it warm enough to melt all those cheeses that I just put in there. Now I got that mixed well. It's all starting to melt good. Leave that and put these chicken right on top of that rice, just like that. And I'm gonna grab this little plate here because I want to have some little wedges of tomato on the side of this meal. I'm gonna go ahead and salt these now. Then get them onto my tray, where there is already sitting a nice glass of milk, whole milk by the way, again, and a folded napkin. Now my sauce is finished. All I need to do is get the rest of that melted cheese stirred in there. Turn this heat off, make sure the oven is off, and I'm ready to add this. Now I'm going to move this over here where you can get a good look at this. No, that pan is not hot anymore. I know what you're thinking, but those pans cool off pretty quick. So anyway, okay, I want you to see this sauce before I put it on there. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. That's good sauce there. It's got all those cheeses, milk, flour, and all that good stuff, and onions and seasonings, and oh my goodness, that's some good stuff. Anyway, now I'm gonna put that all over the place on the top of that. I'm gonna dump that whole thing right on there. That whole mess is now completely under my sauce. So it's like a surprise dish. It's a sauce surprise. Okay. Get that in there so that sauce doesn't mess up and dry off on that pan. I don't know if you ever made that cheese sauce like that, but I'll tell you what a mess to clean up if you let that get hard. Okay, now I've got my fork there, and I'm going to take a spoon just because I love that sauce and not a drop of that's going to be left in there when I'm done. And that's going on the plate. Now, I want to show you my plate. Oh, I am not finished. Put things away. I do this all the time because it's just, I'm just that way. Just put things away and try to clean up the area a little bit. Once I have this all put away and cleaned off, because you know, like I've said in many of my Meals with Mark videos, what's the point of leaving a mess that's going to be 10 times harder to clean up when you do get back to it than if you'd have just took a few seconds to wipe everything down and get it over with, right? So, okay, I wanted to show you this plate here. This is the meal that is fixing to be devoured. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I guess you got a good look at it there. Yeah, see, underneath there you've got a nice chicken breasts, and that rice, by the way, is a butter and garlic rice. Okay, microwavable. And ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, I am fixing to eat. Peace.